All right, welcome back. And today, in addition to summarizing week 3, all about emotions, we're also going to talk about your environment, or otherwise who you surround yourself with. And we've all heard this, many times before. The 5 people you spend the most time with, affect you in some way, become your destiny. There's a million different ways that people say this. What I would say is that what you create is your culture of normalization, or whatever you normalize to yourself becomes normal to you. So if you're around people that, are negative all the time, that becomes your normal. So you've probably noticed through this process that some of your friends are a little more negative than others. I'm not going to tell you to unfriend anybody. You do what you think is right. But what I am going to say is make sure that you're spending at least some of your time with people that uplift you, people that you can talk about ideas with, people that have a growth mindset. And, some people will say, well, I don't have anyone, in my physical reality, in my friend group around me that I can physically spend time with that are like that. And that's okay. Obviously, having someone in person is the best, but in the amazing age that we live in, you have access to technology. There's YouTube, there's podcasts, there's books and audiobooks. There's so many things. There's different courses and seminars. So you can get that surrounding, you can get that normalizing from other places than just your real life friends. If you don't have that, find someone that you like on YouTube, find someone that you like on social media, find a podcast that you like and listen to it regularly. And just like we talked about yesterday, find the overlap. When they talk about things that work for them, think about what I taught you and how it relates to it. Make those connections and wire things in deeper. This is really, really important, though. You need to have people in your life that have a growth mindset, that are into personal development, that want to talk about ideas rather than just complain or talk about people, because that is something that's going to help you move forward. So come up with a plan of who and how am I going to spend time with people in that environment so that I can continue to grow. Now, being around people is also an opportunity to observe, and I'm sure that you've already been observing. I'm sure you've already seen someone complain or already seen someone describe what they don't want, and notice the quality of life, the quality of experience that they're having. But there's something really important that you have to take with that, is that observation is powerful, but whenever you observe, you need to also reflect and remember. So I see this person complaining, I see the way it's affecting their life. And what I don't want to do is go, oh, I'm cured, I know everything, you're doing the wrong thing, I'm going to tell you what to do, because 1, it's not going to help us deal with other people, and 2, it's going to help us get into complacency, which we don't want. What we want to do is see that and go, oh, I remember how important this is, and this is reminding me to choose this, to do it myself. A big mistake that a lot of people make when they learn certain psychology concepts or personal development concepts is they think that they're the exception. I've learned all this stuff. Everybody else is subject to this. Everybody else is subject to negativity, but it doesn't apply to me. No. You are the rule, not the exception. All of that stuff applies to you. So when you observe it in others, it's not up to you to sort of judge everyone. Remember, we don't want to be judging. We want to notice. Just like that judgment versus admiration, what do I admire about myself? Flip it around. Oh, I'm judging this person, maybe, hopefully you're not, but maybe if you fall into that, I'm judging this person. No, I have to flip that. What do I admire about myself? Oh, I admire that I've learned to think positively, to communicate with myself, to tell my mind what I really want. And this is reminding me how important it is. So I'm going to focus on me, on being the best version of myself, on keeping what I've learned alive. And so, of course, to summarize week 3 emotions, which, we learned that our emotions are the most real thing that we have, that negative emotions are there for a reason. They're there to tell us things, so we can do that exercise, name that feeling and your BFF because, and say, I'm feeling X and I'm feeling that because. Get the information from them feeling, and then we can start to move away from it. We also learned about our inner guidance, our instincts, our intuition, and our gut. Maybe only one of those resonated with you, but you're going to focus on that one. The point is not to come up with these dictionary definitions. It's to realize that you have this different channels of information from your feelings, your instincts, your intuition, and all of those balance your intellect and work together to make your guidance system, not just using your mind to make decisions. So go back, look over week 3. What does that summary mean to you? And again, I want you to use the protégé effect. So today, have a conversation with yourself, give an imaginary seminar, and talk about everything that you've learned on week 3, everything that you've learned about your emotions. Use examples. How's it been different for you? And finally, one final thing that I want to say about emotions, and I think this is really important to acknowledge, is we've talked a lot about feeling the negative feeling and then understanding and moving away from it. What people do in sort of without this awareness is they go to 2 extremes. They either sit in negative a feeling, and get really upset and get really negative and let it sort of really affect their life, or they try to bulldoze feelings and pretend they're not real. I just want to emphasize your feelings are real and you feel them, get the information, and then move away. It's not about not feeling your feelings. Not feeling your feelings will set you up for massive problems down the road. And also, the intensity or the magnitude of the experience dictates how quickly you can move away from that feeling. If it's you ran out of coffee creamer, or you had an upset with someone at work, that's something you can move away from very quickly. But if it's a death or the loss of a loved one, or a massive illness, or even being fired from your job unexpectedly, we have to go through the grieving process. And so that's going to take a little bit longer. And what you want to do in those bigger life things is you want to feel the feelings, but be mindful of the meaning that you're attaching to them. What most people do is they try to not feel the feeling and they tell themselves the story. My partner died, that's it. My life is over. But the healthy thing to do is actually the opposite, is to feel those feelings, to say, I'm feeling sad because I lost my partner. I'm feeling grief, to feel those feelings and to go through that process, but to not tell yourself a story about how this is the end of everything, how to instead, say, it's difficult to see now, but I know that I'll get through this. My life will never be the same, but I have children and I have a fulfilling career and there's other things in my life that I can focus on. That reframing, it doesn't have to be everything is sunshine and rainbows, but just keeping things in perspective. Feel the feelings, but don't tell yourself a terrible story. I know you understand. I know you have all the tools and you're going to be amazing. You're doing amazing. So have that talk with yourself, revisit this information, summarize it, and keep it with you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.